Hey guys, it's Max. How's everybody doing? Probably better than me. This show freaking sucks. I've already recorded it once or twice. It just this morning's show sucks. Here's the Altiverse. Alti's up 61 bips. Or Alti's up 24 bips. The average stock in the Altiverse is up 61 bips. Nice job, Alti. Here is the LFGY verse. The average stock in the LFGY universe is up 1.2. LFGY is catching about half that upside. Here's the GPTY verse. Somewhere. All right, there's the GPTY verse. GPTY is up about 0.5%. Average stock is up 0.75, and a lot of that is driven by Intel being up 8%. Now, Intel's up 8%, and we have a 5% allocation of Intel. Microsoft was up a crazy amount yesterday, but unfortunately, we just have such a small allocation of Intel in the GPTY universe for some reason. Let's put that on the list to ask Jay. We'll ask that to Jay. He's going to be on next Tuesday. In case any of you guys want to watch, I'll probably just live stream it, and you guys can ask questions if you want to. You can put questions in the comments, and Jay will respond to them lots of times. All right. So that's GPTY. I don't have anything to look at, but QDTY started trading today. This is they sold one option. I mean, they just started trading. That's the YieldMax 0 DTE fund that's similar to QDTE from Round Hill that everyone loves so much. Well, they got in this morning and sold the 21,860 call. They received $31 for it. Unfortunately, right now it's at $57. It's a losing trade. But they make a lot of losing trades because the thing is they also own the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ's way up. So the call is a slight loser, but they made a lot of money on the NASDAQ appreciating. You can see here the market open, the opening print was 21,786. So they sold the 21,860. So they went about 80 points in the money. Yeah, they went about 80 points in the money. And so they wrote an out of the money. Or I'm sorry, they went 80 points out of the money. They wrote a call option of 80 points ahead where the market was at. So they get the credit for the upside. The fund also owns NASDAQ. So the fund gets the credit from the upside from where the NASDAQ closed last night at 21,714 to where the NASDAQ opened. It was because it was totally uncovered. And that was at 21,786. They got all that upside. Not only that, then they wrote the option that's the 21,860. So they got that upside too. So they got credit for all the upside between 21,712 and 21,860. So that's why these funds get a lot of upside. They aren't capped. They're only capped from 9 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But at night they're uncapped. So on days when you have huge gaps up, they realize all that money. And also to the extent that they're able to write the options out of the money, they realize that NAV appreciation. These people that say they don't get upside or these high yield funds don't get upside are wrong. They do get upside. They do get upside. They don't get a lot of upside. Some get more than others, but they can get some upside. And this is exactly how it happens. All right, let's look at the single stock buffer report. But that's nice to see QDTY or the index. Let's look at the index buffer we want to talk about. What always stays up the most? Feed and 5E. What's up the most? Feed and 5E. It's also down the most on a bad day, but we have XVol from Accruance Capital up today. That's nice to see. WDTE is down, but I think that's a bad print. They paid a dividend, and I don't think Google's factoring the dividend back out because everything up is everything else in that universe is up. The best looking SPY-based funds are today, other than Feed and 5E, of course, are iSpy, and iSpy and SVol. In the NASDAQ-based funds, SEPI is killing it. QDTE is also getting the same amount of upside as the parent, and I just showed you guys exactly how that happens. We don't have QDTY on here yet, but I'll have it on here soon, and it'll be right next to QDTE probably by tomorrow. Bali's also having a good day, as is XOVR, the private equity ETF. All right, so YieldMax buffer report. In YieldMax land, SMCI's killing it. But Tesla, look at Tesla catching all the upside of Tesla. I really like that. I really like MRNY catching all the upside of MRNA. I know everyone wants MRNY removed from YieldMax. I don't, but I don't make the rules. They do whatever you guys tell them to, so they'll probably remove it. I didn't want the weekly payers either. I mean, the weekly payers, the weekly pay messed up Defiance beyond repair. Defiance has never recovered. It's been good for other funds, though. I mean, I will admit it's been good for some funds. But since I'm a Defiance guy, I didn't like it. And then Jay bent a knee to the woke anti-high yield crowd, and it was bad. It was bad. Look at this, PLTY getting all that sweet upside, as is Snowy. How is PLTY and Snowy and not in Feed and 5E yet? How is PLTY not in Feed? I don't get that. That's something else I'm going to ask Jay, but Jay doesn't have anything to do with that, and that's what he's going to tell me. He's going to say, I don't have anything to do with that. Oh, I'm starting a new spreadsheet for XDT or XDTY and SDTY. I don't really know what I'm doing with that yet, but all right. So what else can we look at here? I don't want to look at that. If you look here, all four indexes are above yesterday's close, which is the red line, and above the open, and they're killing it. That's great to see. I heard Trump speaking at noon today on tariffs. Okay, so I found an interesting company. Tell me I've been seeing it go across the bottom of the screen too. I'm sure you guys know about it. It's not on here anymore. And I forgot the name of it. Oh, well. It's some Trump adjacent company. Don and Eric are on the advisory board, and it's been blowing up lately. I'm sure you guys know about it. Look at AppLovin. I showed you guys an earnings trade on that. I hope you guys are following my earnings trades. You're doing some of this. I came in this morning. This one was up 3,000. This AppLovin, that earnings trade, and it was a credit. It was a credit trade. It was a credit trade with a lotto ticket attached to it, and the lotto ticket paid off. Anyway, I hope some of you guys did that. That AppLovin's incredible. The last earnings, look at the last earnings report. Same thing. I mean, huge gap and go. So gap and go. Let's look at some earnings trades. There's that play on the app. I'm going to make separate content about that, but that's killing it. Right over here is the part of the curve that is the lotto ticket, but you don't even have to. Right now, the curve looks like that. The curve hasn't flattened out yet. Anyway, if you did this, take it off. It's a winner. Hopefully you took it off this morning. It was up even more this morning. Trade Desk is a loser. First loser of the week that I've given out. But they all can't be winners, but this one went the other way. That's what happens. All right, so let's see what we have on deck for today. Coinbase, Palo Alto, Airbnb, Applied Materials, DraftKings, Roku, Twilio. Okay, I'm going to have a show, and I'm going to give you guys some more winners. So I hope you guys appreciate it. All these free winners I've been giving out. All right, guys, I appreciate it. If you have any questions about the way I construct the option trades, or you want to learn more about them, that's what I'm really here for. I want to teach people how to appreciate them, options, the way I do, and how to take advantage of them the way I've learned how to. So join my Discord and hit me up if you want to talk. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Take care.